Thank you for joining us today. I'm Dr. Sara Kupzyk, and I'm an assistant professor at the University of Nebraska, Omaha, and a project director for a personnel development project.
And I am Sara Swanson, an assistant professor at the UNMC Munroe-Meyer Institute and director of the Family Care Enhancement Project.
I'm Graciela Sharif. I am the Cultural Diversity Coordinator for the Nebraska Land Program. I'm also a Parent Resource Coordinator, and I am the mother of a young adult with intellectual and developmental disabilities.
Today we wanted to share with you about a collaboration that we had that helped to enhance training for our scholars related to family engagement. We know that families, teachers, and related service providers have unique knowledge and skills to contribute to a student's educational success. And their combined efforts of all these parties through meaningful homeschool partnerships can enhance student, family, and teacher outcomes. Despite the benefits, there are barriers to engaging families in practice. One concern that has been brought to light is that less than half of special education teachers report feeling confident to engage diverse families and report wanting more training in this area. Perhaps related to this limited training, families describe dissatisfaction with the special education process.
Furthermore, culturally and linguistically diverse families experience additional barriers like language, lower level of literacy, navigating the new United States educational system, and many times socioeconomic challenges.
To address the need for additional training and barriers experienced by families, we sought to embed experiences for scholars funded through our Interdisciplinary Personnel Preparation Grant Program. The grant focuses on preparing leaders from special education, school psychology, and applied behavior analysis to address student needs through interdisciplinary behavioral consultation. A core competency that we identified was family-centered services. And to create meaningful experiences, we established a collaboration with the University Center for Excellence in Developmental Disabilities Family Care Enhancement Project.
The Family Care Enhancement Project places parent resource coordinators or parents of children with disabilities who have specialized training in clinics to provide mentorship and support to other families that also have children with disabilities. When I asked members of my team to participate, several were very, very enthusiastic about partnering to really develop professionals and share their experiences, both positive and not so positive, with these students. Together, we developed 3 experiences. First, we had a panel discussion composed of the parent resource coordinators, where the scholars submitted questions for the PRCs to discuss. Questions included benefits of the peer-to-peer support model, programs available to support families generally, common questions from families that are difficult to answer, and then advice for educators. We then partnered the parent resource coordinators with scholars. This allowed the scholars to learn more about one family's story and perspective. The scholars were given questions to help guide their discussion. Finally, we created some problem-based scenarios. 3 were presented in small group discussions that challenged the scholars' potential implicit biases and assumptions and discussed how values, culture, and interpersonal dynamics can affect service provision. We then provided strategies to improve the homeschool partnership.
So let's talk about the takeaways. This is the fun part. The experiences were found to be mutually beneficial for both the scholars and the families, and they reported that they would recommend these experiences to other professionals and families. The scholars in particular described that they gained a better understanding of family perspectives and improved confidence in partnering with families. For example, scholars said, it was great to put a real story behind what we've been learning, and seeing through others' eyes was so valuable. And they felt that they would be better able to consult with and empower families to speak up and be an active member of the IEP or IFSP teams.
The family leaders enjoyed sharing their experiences and expertise with the scholars. Working with families of immigrant and English language learners not only is an opportunity to empower the scholars, but also the families. Real-life stories make a significant impact on future interactions with families. These experiences also encourage families to be equal and active partners with educators to improve a student's success.
So overall, it's essential to invite families to be part of pre-service training. We can't teach about families without family involvement. and the experiences offered scholars a safe opportunity to ask questions, challenge their thinking, and understand family perspectives, and learn how to establish meaningful partnerships. And here is our contact information, and we'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have. Thank you.